honeybees, and how are you all today? I hope you are all having a wonderful day. Welcome in Lover Night, and thank you, Professor Multiverse, as well, for being first back to the hive. So good. So we are on both the Purple app and the Clock app today. So I also want to shout out and say hi to Sarge over on the Clock app as well, and he was sweet enough to share the live too. So from what I can tell, everything is working correctly this time. From what I can see, you can hear me over on the Clock app as well. So, here we go. We are going to be working on the PNGTuber. So, I'm going to just pull this up. So, this is Lichen for those of you who have not seen her yet. We've worked on her in a couple of the streams so far. She is a forager. So I am just having fun with it. She's a half wood elf, and she wears her antlers. So yeah, so we're gonna be working on her. We did, I think, line art on a previous live, and then we did some of the base colors. So a lot of the flats. I've had to do this one a little different because everything's good over on the Clock app. Good. I'm so glad to hear it. Yeah, I had to adjust a couple ways that how I do like art, because normally I do like the sketch, then line work, and then flats, and then details. But because there is so much going on in this piece, I've actually had to change it. So having to do like individual little pieces, basically. So like working on the staff and doing, all the pieces, and then working on the bottles and doing all the pieces. So that way I can actually go through and, get the details that I want here on these pieces, but also not have to worry about running out of layers, because I've already run out of layers multiple times. So that's been fun. All right, so we got the jars done and the staff done and stuff. So we're gonna go into I want to add some texture to her skin, because right now she kind of looks like she's got a Lego head, which is not anything wrong with that, but I think just a little bit would be nice. So we're gonna go in and do some freckles. Oops, I need to pick. I like mine a little bit warmer. So let's see here. Whoa, that's too small. I forgot I used it. This also for the cork speckling as well. So we're not gonna leave them like all this strong right now. I'm just trying to get some texture into this girl's face, and we'll lower the opacity. But I just don't want her to look all flat and weird. That is absolutely better. I'm going to bring it down just a touch more. There we go. And then clipping masks so we don't have flying freckles somewhere. So, all right. So now that we have some texture and stuff in her skin, yeah, that's definitely a lot better. All right, let me make sure we got all the details I need on the jewelry, because it's wood. Should be good. Okay. So I spent most of last night and earlier today coloring this lichen that's hanging from her horn. So I think that's probably what we're gonna do. Oops, is I'm going to bring up, oops, not what I wanted to do. Go back. It's very finicky. There we go. Bring up this, I have a picture of some lichen. I thought I did. I apparently don't. So I guess we'll not bring that up like I had planned. Alright, I'm going to pick a icy bluish color. But a little bit more like green. Here we go. And then back to our fill brush. And I'm going to come up here on the horns and we're going to kind of paint in some lichen here. So, yeah. What? So above the horns. So I do a lot of things symmetrical, but there are definitely certain things I like to play with and make it not symmetrical. So the things that I don't want people to focus on as much, I tend to do symmetrically, so that way it's kind of blends in. But I wanted her horns to be something that was very like stands out. That's why like there's lichen on one and there's mushrooms on the other, so it's a little bit different than just having, oops, not what I wanted. Switch to eraser. There we go. So that way it kind of, you're kind of drawn to look at it because it is different. But she's also got a lot going on. A lot more than any of the other PNGTubers that I've done. For sure. And if you don't know what a PNGTuber is, that is what the little girl who's talking for me is. So it's so basically it's really just for images. I say just, but I mean a lot goes into it still. But it's for images that basically so you have open mouth and closed mouth, so that way she can, that character can talk for you. And then also blinking so that they don't look creepy and like they're staring into your soul. And most programs allow you to switch between like the blink intervals and things like that as well. But yeah, so that is what we're making, is another one of those. But like I said, this one's got a lot more going on than I normally have for a PNGTuber. But also, this PNGTuber has had a mind of her own. It's been crazy. She has definitely been all over the place and had different, like, I will think she has, like, I wanted different antlers for her, and then all of a sudden it was like, nope, nope, you don't get different antlers. That's not how this goes. Like, this is what I want. So yeah, it's been very interesting seeing how this one has had like such a mind of its own. Oops, I'm on eraser. That would do it. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the view so you could see me. There we go. All right. Oh, apparently you can hear my Discord notifications. I'm sorry. I'm part of a number of very active Discords. I'll have to see if I can mute those during stream so I don't annoy you guys. Oops. All right. There. Right click, then select mute tab. That's what I did. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I will have to do that. I honestly have, it's funny because I have everything muted on my phone. Like already, everything's just muted. And so it's funny because it's on my computer tonight. So it's, I don't know, it's a little weird because I'm like, oh, I'm not used to actually having there be notifications. I forgot that was a thing. Normally I open up my apps and it's like, oh, apparently I missed a whole lot. But thank you for letting me know I could do that, Sarge. Yeah, I definitely have severe ADHD, so if I constantly have stuff like popping up and making noise, I I lose all focus for sure. Throughout the day, like trying to do different things. Especially if I'm trying to like write something like for a post or anything like that, I'll lose it because I'm like I I don't I don't remember at all what I was gonna do. Um all right. I do believe I have, oops. I think these are the green button lichen here. Mm-hmm. All right. Yes. No. Which lichen was it that I picked? I think it's this one. Okay, yeah, it's that. It's that guy. So similar, a bit more green to it though. And so yes. Wait, no, you're not. You're the wrong one. Because you were the one I was going to do over here, and I changed my mind. So which one are you? Okay, so these are the yellow. We're going to go with these. We're going to do these first. Because these are definitely like mustardy yellow with like orange. Let's see. Alright. So I have a couple more fun PNGTuber ideas. So I have like a scholar, and I'm still working on the apothecary because they're gonna be, because I'm trying to figure out how to make sure they look different than this like forager basically. But the scholar I'm actually pretty excited about. I'm going to make them a drow. And for those of you who aren't like D&D lore, they're basically like an elf that's from like underground, so they tend to have like grayish skin. So I'm kind of excited to play with some different like blue grays in the skin as well. I think that's going to be really fun. All right, so next up, because we want to add some more color to this, it definitely has more orange kind of centers to these, but it kind of fades out. So we're going to go in and do like centers. And then we're going to Gaussian blur it so that way it looks nice. Gaussian blur. There we go. Not that much. There we go. Just enough to kind of give that little bit of difference. And then we're going to clipping mask, make sure it stays inside of that of the yellow that we laid down. And then the other thing I noticed was it looks like there's a lot of greens like underneath almost. So I might, like a yellow green, so I might pull this yellow and then pull it more to this green and almost bring in some of that. Whoa, that's too bright. All right, let's maybe bring it in here a little bit more so it's not as that's closer. Maybe a bit more yellow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you for sharing with your friends, Sarge. That's so sweet of you. Kind of do it around here. I appreciate you. You're so sweet. So, Sarge, I don't know, with your new job, are you basically waiting for orders before you head out? Is that how that works? Oh, no. Trying to make sure I get the view from like zoomed out too, as well as close up, because sometimes I tend to do like too much detail that like other people are just never going to see. All right, I'm gonna merge this down, and And honestly, this, I really like it. I really liking it. That's nothing there. So I want this, but a little bit more in the greens. And I think we're gonna play with the edges of this a little bit. I'll be working at one of the shops this company has. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. So instead of doing straight lines, I'm kind of doing this like a bumpy edge where I'm kind of like going up and down with my pencil. So that way it's not necessarily flat because they have like very interesting textures and stuff to them. Oops, did I accidentally lay down color there? But that's awesome that you'll be in like one of their shops. Does that mean you get to stay close to home then? And close to the kids? There. Oops. It's just an hour outside of town. That's wonderful. Yay. That's so nice. Yeah, that's certainly not a terrible commute. And absolutely worth it to be able to be near the kiddos. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and clipping mask that. Just add some details. Mondays through Fridays, 5 a.m. till the job that day is done, and on call every other weekend. Nice! That's awesome. I hope you get a nice bonus for the on call as well. That would, I know when my husband is on call, he gets a good bonus. Oops. All right. Let me see here. What else do I need? I feel like this needs more. Something more. feel like these also have kind of that like frosty blue, which we already kind of have in there. So maybe if we push it more into the gray and add some texture this way, maybe that will help. I'm just going to try this and see if I like how it ends up looking when we... It's not terrible. American Gaming, welcome in and congrats on having 33 jars of honey. Alright, I like how it looks when it's done, just not that specifically. So let me see if I can find something with a little bit more fun texture here. We have texture brushes, yeah. Yes, shout out. If you are not following America Gaming, you absolutely should. She is absolutely phenomenal. Does some like co-working streams, as well as like a variety streamer. Plays other games over on the Purple app. So you absolutely should check them out. They're amazing. Whoa. That might be, you know what? That might be just what we're looking for. Is that large of a texture. Alright, the reason I'm allowing it to overspray is because we're going to clipping mask this. But I think that is exactly the texture I needed to get that like lichen feel. So yeah. Oh, I missed your actual message, Caldara, baby. Welcome in. All right, good. All right, and then in that case, these were the things. Merge. No, wait. Yeah, merge down. And then. Oh, wrong brush. I need to go back to. Yep, that's good. Cool. Alright. These guys. Nice and bright. All right. Now clean it up. Alrighty. I love you so hacking much, by the way. Oh, I love you too, Amira. I love you. I miss seeing your face. Oh, I must have... How'd I get color someplace over here? Must be down here somewhere. Hate that when it's like, oh, you clearly have placed color someplace you don't want it. And you're like, I'm looking. I don't see it. Where is this color you speak of? Me trying to erase big chunks and sections and being like, where is this color? I don't see it. Miss my face too. Yeah. Oh, fuck it. I don't know. Is it down here in the white? I don't see it. I mean, it's a pale color, but I don't know. I give up. It's fine. Oh, I found it, apparently. Cool. Cool. Alright, so now I'm going to come in and I'm just going to multiply this layer and use the same color to just darken the centers of these, is how this thing looks. So all right, I'm trying not to do crazy. Try not to be crazy. We're fine. We're fine. I get so sucked into like the uber little details, and I'm like, they're so tiny. Nobody else is gonna notice. Just walk away. Walk away. Alrighty. Next, we missed something. Oh, I think it's because it's maybe the hair underneath. Oh, well, we'll fix it. I hate it because I'm like, I know I fix this stuff. Oops. Not eraser. Go back. Like, I swear I fixed all this. Alright, there. Hello, hello, welcome in. We are making a cute PNGTuber today. Alright, I have one of this mushroom, right? Me trying to decide from all the different mushrooms what I was gonna do. Nope, I don't. Alright, if I remember right, these are younger oyster mushrooms, which if I remember right are kind of like creamy yellow. Which means I probably have the, what do you call it? Brains. I probably have the actual reference on something else. Alright. Oops. Zoomed in the wrong spot. There we go. Alright. Plus. And yes. Alright. So, here a little bit this way. Kind of creamy white is what I want. That's what we want. Try to decide if I'm going to have the like stronger like base to the mushroom, or if I want to Gaussian blur it, but I think I want the stronger base because I want it to look like it's attaching to the antler rather than like fading into it. So So yeah. Oh, not the eraser. Alright, and then same with this one. Alright. Is anyone else doing art? Or are we all just vibing today? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, no. Or I guess I know the other big one is gaming while you watch. Anyone doing that? If so, what are you playing? Oh, it looks good. Okay, that makes me happy. I want kind of a bit more yellow and brown there. And then here. Setting up gaming servers. Yay! That's exciting. That's always so much fun. For those of you who are watching over on the Clock app, we are also over on the Purple app. You can see more of the canvas if that's something you are interested in. But that's why we have other conversations too, in case you were wondering. But yeah, setting up gaming servers is so exciting. All right, there. Oops, accidentally got some down there. There. Lover night, yes! Yes, we're so excited. All right. Now we're going to Gaussian blur this so it kind of gives it a bit of that shadow. Gonna ahead and clipping mask. I'm gonna take a pause and drink real quick. How about you, Amira? What are you doing tonight? Just chilling or? All right, back to work. Gonna play some Repo. Nice. That's super exciting. All right, so now these tend to have like the gills or fins, so I'm gonna kind of try to give the illusion of that. Probably with this same color, honestly. Oops. It's gonna be so small, nobody but me sees, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. No, wait. I'll know they're not there and it will drive me crazy, so we're gonna do it. Okay, but let's be honest. We're just gonna say there's gonna be one psycho like me who actually goes and checks. It's turning out so cute, by the way. Thank you. I'm like, this is way, way more detailed than any other I have ever done. Um, but yeah, I'm really, really happy with how she's turning out. I don't know if you heard, I was talking a little bit earlier. I have a couple more ideas for PNGTubers, and also for our oh, thanks for the tiny dinosaur, Sarge. That's so sweet. So all my friends on the Purple app, we also are streaming to the Clock app, and we have the amazing Sarge over there, and he sent a cute tiny. All right, I think only one. Yeah, and then setting this to like multiply, and then kind of bringing it down a bit. We'll leave it about there. And clipping. Oh yes, it said Sarge, your best. Absolutely, Sarge. Amira says hello. And hello. Alright, sweet. But you're living for it? Yeah, and all the details and stuff. Yeah, let me show you. So I have so many mashis. So we have our open chaga mushrooms, the hanging lichen, oyster mushrooms. It has some scientific name. It's also lichen. The stuff you tend to see growing on like bark and stuff. More hanging lichen, and then also these other two. I'm not 100% sure what they're called, but they're also lichen. So holla, Sarge says holla. So, oh, he's popping over to say hi. Nice to have you over on the Purple app too. All right. Honestly, I think we're doing really good. I think we might be at like shadow stage, which is both really exciting and really scary at the same time. All right. The advantage of two phones. That's amazing. Yay. Hi, Sarge. That's awesome. All right. Yes, I think that's what we're going to do is we're going to go... No, I'm going to do the eye first here. Close down antlers. Open this up, and we're going to add our highlight to the eye because we need to bring her back to life. Twice as much socialization. Grimace. Can you point out the introvert in the chat? Yes, absolutely. Laugh my ass off. That's so amazing. I love it. All right. So I think we're going to do like kind of a cute little mushy and a cute little mushy stem. Except we're going to do it with the actual line art pencil so it doesn't look wonky. There we go. And I usually just do kind of a really tiny like crescent cutout. Oh, that was a very tiny mushy. I'm gonna make it bigger. All right, and then we'll switch back here. And oh, it's not as big. I was like, why does it not look right? Because it's small. That's better. Slightly too big. There we go. 24. We're going to go with 24. It's me. Is it me? No, it's not you. It's the Lever Knight. With his Manfred. Oh, you know what? I think my headphones was turned off because I can't hear anything. I was like, that's so weird. I didn't hear the alert sound I was supposed to hear. Alright, that would be why. Yep. But yes, cute little Manfred. A little bit more. And so boop. Ah! So cute. Okay. Duplicate. Move to this one. Zoom in and adjust. There. Yay. Okay. I'm really pleased with these eyes. They look so stinking cute. Alright, so we'll merge that down. And then also, because I want to make sure that I don't forget, combine down that. We're going to quick do the shadows for the open eye. Oops, that's too close. Zoom me out there. Yep. Oh, I was like, why is it so... Yeah, that would be one. Too small. There it is. So just making sure we're getting the shading, but I want it to be able to turn off when these eyes are not active. We don't want some weird shadow showing up when the eyes blink and be like, what's that? So that's the shadow for our open eyes. Bring that down to 50%. So there, and then we'll close eyes. Now for the closed eyes, I do also want to add a layer, what we're going to do is we are going to come in here. We're going to kind of define her, oops. We're going to do it with a multiply layer. And we are going to define this crease. Oops. And Gaussian blur. More Gaussian blur. Oh, hey, look at there. I absolutely missed some color, apparently. Oh, it was probably under the other eyelashes. So let us fix that real quick. That'd be on the antlers. Probably on this one. Yep, alright. See, this is why we check stuff. Because sometimes things aren't covering things that we expect them to be covering. Alright, any other things that I should check? Did I miss? Doesn't look like there's anything else. That's good. Go ahead and close that down again. I feel like I want it to be thicker. Or not. Yeah. I kind of want it to be thicker. Oh, no. Not what I wanted to do. Make sure that green's gone. Yep. Alright, I need you. Can I? Okay. Maybe I do want this one, so I can do... Oh, wrong color. Multiply. Alright, now we'll try Gaussian blur, get rid of that. Yes, that's what I like. I like that shape and size better. We'll flip it using this line as the guide. Come on. No, you need to come this way a touch. Ooh. I'm not super close. It actually looks too dark. Almost. Alright, well, I like the position. But that's the nice thing is I can bring the opacity down. Let's bring it a good 50%. That's enough to show that there's eyelids without it being like in your face. So she's not going to look weird when she closes her eyes. Though I do need to do the shadow for these eyes as well. Oops, not what I wanted. I wanted that. Which would just be right here under these. Whoa. Helps if you click the actual layer you're going for. Alright, and then multiply and opacity. We did 50 for the other one. And then that's enough to kind of give it that shadow that you would have from the lashes coming down. Alright, next up we have the open mouth. Alright, so I need to do the shadow. Oops, combine. Come on. Combine down. I want you in here. Because I like to do a shadow over this. And then also, oops, smaller one along like the edge here. I'm using the same brush. I'm just doing different line weight. And I'll probably have to clean some of this up because I just realized I'm using the wrong brush for this. So, oh. Nope, we're still here. Thank you. The clock app's like, oh, are you still here? Just checking. It's been inactive. Thanks, clock app. We appreciate you letting us know. All right. Okay, I'm actually gonna go switch to the proper brush because that's just too harsh. I'm gonna do our line art one because it's just better at having, it just has a slightly softer edge to it, rather than that fill brush that's so harsh. Make sure I'm on the correct layer. There we go. I'll just bring that down here as well. Again, same brush, just not pressing as hard, which is actually harder for me. Than it should be. Alright, multiply. I feel like it still needs more. There we go. That feels like it. Yeah, perfect. My PNGTuber model is so cute. Thank you. So we're working on another PNGTuber as well, but my PNGTuber is a cartographer, so she has all her cartographer tools. So the point of her is she is, keeping track of, the adventures we go on kind of thing. But the PNGTuber we're actually working on is a forager. So, yeah. Well, thank you for liking the live. All right, so there. So now that we have that shadow done, We're going to turn that off, and we're going to turn on the closed mouth. We're going to do her shadow. And multiply. Cute. Alright. You and you are now closed mouth. Try to keep things as organized as possible so that way when I'm having to go through and actually do the PNGTuber parts, I know what I need to turn on and off. So yeah. There. All right. So next step is shadows for the rest of the piece. So let's do it. Okay, well, that would all be in shadow, I think. Let's do that whole section just along here. Oops. And then, oh, I erased that section. There we go. For those of you on the clock app, we are also over on the purple app with more access to view the screen, or more of the screen visible if you want to go there. But obviously, we'd love to have you stay here as well on the clock app. But also, if you hear me talking to another group, that's who I'm talking to. So right now I'm doing the shadows. So what I usually do is I do this so I can actually zoom out and do a quick like view of whether or not I have done the shadows for stuff, and then I multiply the layer, and that's what actually gives us that shadow. But I like using this gray because it gives that cool tone shadow that you would normally get from a shadow. But then it also picks up any color when you use that multiply layer. It picks up any colors underneath, so it makes sense the color cast that it has. So that's why I do it this way. But there are also hundreds of ways to do it. So if you do it another way and you prefer it that way, then that is the right way for you. But I've definitely heard from multiple people that they've never seen anyone do it this way. But that's the reason I like it. Alright. Go ahead. Also, because I don't want to have to deal with this lichen, what I'm going to do for it is instead I'm going to, I think, copy the like green layer of the lichen, and then I'm going to alpha lock it, fill it with this color, and then Gaussian blur it so it kind of looks, so you can kind of see the shadow. Actually, yeah. But that way you can kind of see the shadow of the lichen without having to go in and do each individual section like I did to color it. So I even tried to use the fancy new way I learned how to fill the color, and apparently I didn't close some lines and I couldn't figure out which lines weren't closed to be able to do the fill on it. So I painted it in. Oops, come here. All right. We also did like the normal shading you'd get from just shape of the face, and now we're kind of going into the actual what do you call it, shadow of where things are doing it. So we get the warm like shaping or whatever for stuff, but then we're also getting our nice shadows. There, and then there would definitely be some shadows around where the plug is in her ear as well, and then also under here and in here and kind of around here, because that's the hole it's coming through, and around here. Okay, so cool thing for anyone who is still here that I figured out was that I was testing some stuff, and with the glass bottles, because I did it the full color and then brought the opacity down, which is kind of what I was hoping, or why I did it was because I was hoping it would work this way, but I wasn't 100% sure. But the good news is it did work, because I brought the opacity down. It's actually going to show up as being see-through. So if they have their PNGTuber over like a background of some kind or something, they're actually going to have that glass see through it a little bit, which is super exciting. I was hoping that would work, and it seems like it's going to. Which makes me super happy. That's what we decided the color swap of the shadow would be. But I do need a shadow here. Under, oh, come on. Under the chin. would be shadow. Perfect. You love that? Yeah, the bottles that are going to be see-through. Yeah, let me show you real quick because I should be able to remove the background layer. So you can actually see that it's going to show through, but it's going to have that blue tint that the bottle color is as well. So I'm so excited. Like when I tested it, I tested it earlier, I almost cried that it worked. I was so happy. I was like, yes, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, just taking another drink here real quick. Since I had a nice little pause. But yeah, so I am thrilled. Absolutely tickled pink that worked out. So, yeah. Oops. Bit here, and a little here, just a little bit there. Gonna be kind of here, and around here. Yeah, but I'm excited because I know not everyone uses their PNGTuber on like a solid background. So like even I have a background usually behind mine. But even if they're like playing, they just have it over and they're playing like a game or something. That's an option. So I'm hoping it follows through in VideoTube once we actually take like basically make the images because I want to test it obviously, but I'm really excited that it seems to be working, especially since now that I know that VideoTube has the blank background option now. I'm really excited to be able to use it. And you don't have to green screen or blue screen or magenta screen. You can actually just have it have a blank background. But you can also put your PNGTuber over any background you want to, so which is really cool. Right, that's gonna be in shadow. Oops. Alright. I don't think the ropes would show anything until here, honestly. But yeah, so I have tested in the actual program, but so far from what I can tell here, it does work, so I'm really excited about it. Uh-oh. I need to fix that in a second. Looks like I got some green, extra green showing. Oh, these ropes are going over each other. I should also add the shadow of what it would be going over. So many things to keep track of that every time I'm like, oh, I missed that. I'm like, how did I miss that? And then I'm like, oh, because we had like 20 other billion things that we did all at the same time too. And honestly, most of it you don't even notice until you uber zoom in like I just did. All right, there. Alright, there. Oh, forgot to do this shadow. Because it's laying up against her here, so this would absolutely show. Alright. There. Would also be a shadow here where her arm is over that. Already have enough there. Alright. There. Alright. Get a little bit more in here. Oh no. There we go. Alright, where this rolled is, but also where it's over her wrist. And where her hand covers that. Oh no, we got some color peeking out from underneath. We'll have to adjust that. Okay. Oh, I missed the hair on this side of the face. See, this is why I do it in the white, so I can quick check it. Brows. reminds me that this is also a brow and would not have that shadow. Let's just fix that real quick. Alright, there. Oh, there'd also be a shadow where this comes over. Oops. And this actually would go over top of the lichen even. Same here. Just tiny little shadows for these guys. And here, tiny little shadows. Alright. Alright, now a bit of shadow there. Tiny bit around these mushrooms. Right, a little bit of shadow there. And then back over here. This. Oh, looks like Automod got that. Good, good. We love auto mod, but we also have human mods because, you know, computers are also flawed. Okay. Shadow. I'm gonna go over all this. All right. Honestly, that's looking like we've got everything. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply this layer. Take it down to the 50%, so that way we just have our nice shadows here. Actually, I might keep it at like 60. And then, alright, so what I need to do is just get our... actually need to take a girl back just up a few minute pause. I'll be back. Here we go. Thank you for allowing the brief pause. Alright, now we have the eyes done. We have shadows. We have, let's see, yeah, I think we got most of this done. All right, I just need to find the lichen layer, duplicate, bring it up here. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to go up 2 flights of stairs. And apparently take the wind out of me. Alright, we're gonna alpha lock. Actually, let's go take that back. It's interesting. I wonder why it... Oh, okay. I don't know what was happening before, but it had some very weird look to it. Alright, let's go. Oh, actually, I'll still need alpha lock. Select. We'll do select again. So this now is our color. So I'm going to unalpha lock it. Drag it. Oh, come here. Drag it back below this. But now I'm going to Gaussian blur it. So now you can see it's kind of like out here. But I only want it to be for this section that, or the sections that are over like hair, so, or over things. So I'm going to erase this. Oops. I'm going to erase anything that's not, because it doesn't need to be doing a shadow in the transparent section. In fact, it's going to look a little weird if it does. So just removing that. Yeah, there's okay. But this is transparent, so it doesn't need to be here. Right there. I get rid of it there. And now, again, we should be able to multiply. Because this is very thin and wispy, I'm going to leave it. In fact, I might duplicate it a couple times, so that way it actually shows like it's supposed to. Oh, which also shows it was further out here, so I can fix it. This is why we check it in multiple different things too. How about over here? Nope. Seem to have gotten that, which is wonderful. Alright, I think this is where this green cast is coming, and it's not, oops, not supposed to be here. Yeah, there we go. Like there's shadow there, but there shouldn't be green. There. Back to this. Forgot to do it under this one as well, because the hair doesn't go completely under it like it did with the other. So we'll erase that. Alright, looking pretty good. Let's make sure I didn't make the same mistake over here. Nope, it looks like I got that pretty darn good. Alright, let's check it with the background. No. Alright. I think we're looking pretty stinking good. Alright, let me see. I do believe when we removed the background, I saw, yeah. I was like, I saw a couple colors poking out that shouldn't, so I'm going to clean up, oops, make that smaller. Clean up just these little areas, like on the fingers, that color bled past the line work. Making sure that's all good. Let's see. That looks like there might be some red that's bleeding into that. Let's check. Nope. How is that wet earring? Where's our earring layer? Oh, they're there? Yeah. Go in and erase some of this. That got over. That's good. That's good. Oh, I'm going to clean up in here. Oh, no I don't. That is apparently the skin that's showing. Alright. There, and then I believe this piece is the shadow. Yeah, clean that up. Alright. Nice, nice. I see it again. Where you are still here. You know what? I wonder if that's on the actual lichen. Like, ooh, that's too big. Sorry, I just see this slight shadow and I'm trying to figure out what it is. Oh, I'm on the absolute wrong layer. That is why nothing is happening. Yeah, it definitely seems to be, there we go, on this layer. Alright, there. Bring down that ever so slightly. A little bit of the section there. Okay, I don't see any colors hanging over there so far. That I do there. So go to hair first. Just the tiniest little bit there. And also it looks like on our shadow layer. Any color relating. Just a tiny bit of the orange here on our mushroom. Okay. Is that the shadow? Yes, it is. Alright. You should not be there. The hairline ends here. There we go. Alright, looks like just a bit of the green rope. Looks like it is overhanging. But it looks like I already flattened it, so I'm going to be real careful with it. Just cleaning up these little sections that decided to bleed over. Again, I'm probably going to be the only one who actually notices, but yeah. Yeah, she's looking cute. Alright. Nice. Alright, yeah, she's looking real good. Though, I do believe I need to add more shadow to this hand. Which would be underneath this. Or the mushrooms is what it is. I want us to have a nice shadow. For our mushrooms being on her hand, because it would show. All right. And then we can bring down to 50. All right, that helps a little bit. All right, I'm gonna also see if adding some shadows in here seems to help. Maybe like wait, why is that suddenly not showing up? I am so confused. My pencil just decided to like stop working. Let's try, but it's charged, so. And it's working for other things. Why won't you draw anymore on this layer? That's so weird. What the heck is going on? I've never seen it do that before. What the heck? Alright, I guess I'll create a new layer. That's really weird. Yeah, look at that. It works just fine all of a sudden. On a new layer. It just really didn't like mine, apparently. Is it like this, or kind of both, isn't it? Kind of like that. I want to see if doing this kind of shadow helps the hand just have more. Nope, that looks weird. I don't like it. I think I need more shadow for like around it, so they look rounder, maybe. Maybe that's the problem. Hands are so hard. always the hardest. All right, let's try this. Multiply. Forgot. We need to do multiply first. And then Gaussian blur. No, I don't want the weird haloing though. Alright, we're gonna do this. Wait, I'm on the wrong layer, aren't I? Oh, I'm on that layer. Alright, it must be because it's over nothing, so it's not picking up the color. It's like, oh, well, it's just this color then, if it's not multiplying any color. Alright, this should hopefully prevent it from doing that weird haloing effect on the edge. And I'll just clipping mask it. That's better. That's better. It was definitely looking weird before, so I am glad because that looks so much better than it did. Okay, let's take a look. All right, so we have shadows here. All right, next thing I want to do, because, you know, why not, right? Is I want to have I have different stitches, which I think might be in base, but I kind of want it to look like somebody stitched this hem. I can hand draw them, but you know, I think I have a stitch here. Yeah. Give it a nice rough stitch. So, oh, that's too big. This might be too small. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I think it's too small for anyone to see it. That's too big. I need 4 maybe? Yeah, alright. Ha, perfect. Alright. Then erase. And then I'm going to duplicate that. Alpha lock. Select. Let's try select and select. There, so that gives us just a touch of shadow in there too. Underneath that, on alpha. Oh, oops. There. That gives us some nice shading as well as having those stitches there. I want to kind of do, go ahead and merge that down right on top of that. I think I have some other like creative, yeah, like this fancy twist maybe. Oh. No, not that one. Ooh, that could be good. Let's see. What do I want? Because I kind of want to do like a design on this green section. I don't want to just leave it plain. I feel like it needs. What is that? Oh. Not that. That's definitely supposed to be gold or something. Let's see. Oh, my plates. That's. Nope. Different kinds of cords. That's an option. Maybe. Let's see. Buttons, beads, bases. Pushed. Satin. Nope. I don't want it to have the satin finish. Let's see. Wavy thread. Oh, rice stitch. There we go. I think that's what we're going to want. Okay, gonna go ahead and erase this one stitch here that overlaps. Perfect. That's a good start. Now let's try a darker green. Alright, so it kind of looks like stitched vines or whatever, and then I want to make kind of a, I don't know, pinky knots maybe to go on top. I believe there's knots somewhere because I think I used them before. Alright, these are beads. More beads. Buttons. No, not gonna be canvas. Not in that cord. Embellishment, maybe? Alright, dragon's teeth is an option, but I'm pretty sure there were knots somewhere. Threads. Dude, I swear there were knots. Did I just use this and tap it? Dude, I did. Alright. Fine. We'll do it the hard way. Duplicate. 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 I've been merging as we excuse me, as we go, so hopefully I have a few extra layers to kind of play with. Is the hope. Duplicate. I think I want to make these smaller. Duplicate. Oops. Duplicate. Duplicate. Actually, I think that looks really good. Alright. Now we merge them all down. So we can duplicate and flip for the other side. There, that looks good. Alright, and I just need to make this one slightly darker. Because it needs to have kind of an outline. And then we will Gaussian blur and bring the maybe just Gaussian blur slightly. Yay, okay. I think we did it. I think we did it until she tells me otherwise. I am pretty sure Lichen here is done. Alright, I'm going to put the background back on her. And I'll go through and double check some more things with that. But, alright, here we go. I'm going to double check And we're going to go through and we're going to check our mouth. Open and close mouth. And then we are going to open and close eyes. All right. I think she's done, everybody. She's beautiful. I know. I'm so pleased. I'm so excited. She's amazing. So that means we get to remove the whip tag because she is officially done, which is so exciting. All right. Well, in that case, I'm so excited. Well, first off, I am going to say goodbye to the clock app. Thank you, everyone who is over there, for coming and staying and watching and gifting. You're all amazing. We're going to sign out for early from you because we got to find somebody to raid over on the Purple app. So thank you so much for coming, and we love you all. Clock app, bye. And live. And now, yay! Oh my goodness, we did it, guys! She looks amazing. All right, so we're gonna head to just